heart attack. Fast, fatal, hard impact. Past painful scars, in fact I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked. Attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. Now, in the last part we had a bit of a small little time skip, and they actually were going a lot better for our survivors. Now, Deku and his group, they spent 2 to 3 months gearing up to retake the dam. And whenever they did, they found out quite a bit of things. The military, they were rationing power, and they kept it out of the hands of survivors. At some point, they turned it off and redirected it to places where it was better suited or more important. Now, survivors were left in the dark, and the people who lived here, they never turned the power back on. They either didn't know how, or they thought if they turned the power back on, people wouldn't seem to rely on them. And that it'd be easier to let people live in the dark, since, hey, if you give them that power, they're going to be a little bit more comfortable. And it's going to make communications a little bit too easy. Now, with that being said, we also did at least introduce Melissa Shield. Melissa Shield, she's been on the mainland for a bit of time. She's been here since Island crashed into a city, and it made its new home directly on a beach or even just somewhere on land. Now, Melissa's been scavenging for a few months with her father, and David Shield, yeah, the man, he's not really doing too well. He's been reduced to nothing but a brain in a jar. However, apparently he may have made some progress with the cure. Who knows? That's still sort of up in the air. Now, with that being said, let's round that out to about 2.5 years in the apocalypse. So, right now, we're going to be going over a month time skip where the survivors, they've had power for about that much time. Now, with that being said, we do currently pick up with Deku. Deku and Kendo, they're both lying in bed. And Deku, he does go to get up today, and somewhat go to stretch. Him bringing his arm up, and going to just try and stretch out his back. As he does ask Kendo if she does want some coffee. Because right now, he's going to head to the kitchen. Yeah, that would probably be good. I'm tired. Well, yeah. I mean, there's not really too much for us to do here. What is it? A lot of our grids started to get automated. So we got crops that are on a timer now. We've got, a lot more stuff. Along with that, a lot more tech is actually able to be developed. Yeah, there is that. Did May ever give you an update? Not yet. Then again, I know that now that tank is off of her plate, she does want to work on that. She's kept bugging me about it. And honestly, I don't know. Asking her to make that a fully usable metal arm, she just seems to be too, not keen on it, but just a little focused. I think she just needs to take a break. She's going to work herself to death. Or to exhaustion again. That's kind of my point. It's May. Now, go get the coffee. We can talk a bit more when you get back. Besides, you do know how I want my coffee. Plain black, I know. Deku gonna walk away. As whenever he does get to the kitchen, he is talking with a few people. Ever since they took the dam back and they got power, everybody's been in a lot better mood. Nobody's really on edge anymore. The infected, they've been drawn back into the cities because of the loud noises in certain areas. And right now, they at least are working on getting an automated guard system set up. However, Deku, he's not too sure if that's going to be well, done anytime soon. However, it is good to hypothesize. Now, with that being said, Deku, he would get the 2 cups of coffee and go to make his way back towards his room, as he is currently holding one in his mouth, and he's holding it with his teeth, as he is also holding another large cup with his hand. And there actually is, whenever, somebody they do come walking up and walking by him, as you could ask him if he is thirsty this morning. Deku going to turn and try and see who that is. The person bringing their hand up and grabbing the cup of coffee out of his mouth. As whenever Deku is going to let go of it, he does actually get to see that it's Momo. Oh, hey. Hey. You're a bit in a hurry, aren't you? Her going to look at Deku. Deku, he's currently in some sweatpants. And he's not wearing a shirt. Oh. Yeah, just exercising a bit in the morning. I need some energy. Really? Yeah, that's just how it is. How have you been? I should be asking you that. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just, I don't really even know how to answer that. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Well, I guess I'll let you get back to it then. Uh, do you want me to just... Oh, uh, yeah, Deku going to bring the other cup in his hand to his mouth, before we're going to grab onto that one. As he at least is going to bring his 2 fingers out, and at least going to wave off Momo, before he does going to spin and go to walk away. And Momo, yeah, she might, not really know Deku too well, but she does know a few of the people in the mansion. She knows that Deku, from the time that they were together, and that they've even gone on scavenging missions, he likes to put some creamer in his coffee. However, the 2 cups he had, yeah, one was pure black, and the other, it did have creamer. So she does know that one of those cups is actually Deku's. And the other, which would just so happen to be plain coffee, it must belong to the person who likes plain coffee. And that would just so happen to be none other than Kendo. Because Mei, she avoids coffee. She's a chocolate person. Now, Momo, she can't really be too mad. She thought that she liked Deku. I mean, she knew that Kendo had an interest in him. And whenever she spent time with Deku, she did enjoy it. The two, they were compatible. They had similar interests, and they think similarly. However, yeah. Upon actually talking a bit more and spending time with him, she realized a lot more. She projected a lot onto Deku. And right now, she's thinking about it again. She wants to be angry, but at the same time, she did somewhat throw that back into Kendo's face. She knew that she had a crush on him, yet she acted first and she broke things off. So, can she really even actually be mad here? I mean, she went for the guy, so good for her, but, that just seemed like it was out of the blue. Now, Momota's going to shake that off, deciding that for right now, she's going to ignore it. And if she does someone go to bring it up to her later, then maybe she can at least talk to Kendo about it. And hopefully, Kendo doesn't try to panic about it. or at least try to get angry with her. Now, Momo, she does gonna do what she was doing. Her heading to talk to May about a few materials. Since, right now, May needs a bit of a consultant. She doesn't know if the current material she was going to use is made out of some form of hardened aluminum, or if it may be some sort of steel. And right now, from looking at it, she needs an answer. It was partially rusty. However, they did somewhat try to clear the rust up and cut out certain things that they couldn't. And right now, throwing this piece of metal into a small furnace and melting it down and then trying to mix it with other metals that aren't compatible or may not be as strong could be a bad idea. So Momo does go to double time back to May. Now, we do actually have over with Deku and Kendo, where both of them, they do enjoy the morning. And right now, Deku, he does just go to look around. They're currently sitting down outside. And Deku, he does so go to look towards the area where the city is, as he's thinking about a few things. There's a lot they still need to do. And right now, there's a lot that needs to happen. So, maybe they need to start investigating the subway. I mean, with power back on, if they have a form of transportation, that could be useful to them. Not wasting as much gas. And the fact is that we rely on water power from the dam. So, it's essentially free. It's a free way to travel. Okay, so if they can gain control over the subway, then they can control that. And right now, that's insane. Okay, so check that out and see what's going on there. Right now, it could be a good option. Plus, there's that thing with Kendo. Deku is going to glance to his left, as he does go to look towards Kendo, and she actually goes to somewhat look towards him. Ask him what he's thinking about. And Deku does go to somewhat smile as he does go to look towards her again. Him actually going to fully turn his head to look at her, to see that she is very comfy. Right now she's currently sitting down in a shirt and some pajama bottoms. And she actually is asking him if he thinks that things are going to be okay. Because they have a good thing going for right now, and she doesn't want to waste it. Kendo. Now, Kendo does someone go to get shaken up a bit, as the moment she goes to someone to choke on her coffee and just go to turn and spit it out, Deku, he saw that. Him asking her if she's okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Kendo. Now, the voices are getting a bit more aggressive, and they're trying to get her attention again. Kendo going to bring her hands up to her head. As when she does, Deku is going to stand up and walk around to her. Him going to grab onto her, as she's just going to wrap her arms around him. And Deku, he does try to at least get her to focus. Focus on his voice. Focus on him. Look at him. He's right here. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Now, a few minutes will go by, and Kendo's episode, it would pass. As whenever Deku, he does go to somewhat try to back away from Kendo, she does still hold on to him. Deku going to sit down and ask her to hand him his cup of coffee. Her going to turn and going to use one hand to reach out for it, grabbing onto it and then handing it over to him. As he does get a sip on it, and she does just go to try to relax. They're getting bad again. I noticed. Was it screaming or... No. It wasn't screaming. They just, I don't know. There's something down there. I know. We need to investigate it. Yeah, we do. But, who's gonna go down there? I don't know. Do you know where it's at? Uh, it's it's the place where we were attacked. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see. There are no trips being made to the factory. A lot of material that's over there, it's too heavy to use or too heavy for us to use it and get in a car. If we use a truck, we'd require more people. Along with that, now that the power is back on, we could probably use some tools, actual equipment, like forklifts and other stuff. Okay, we can pass that off. Okay, Kendo, I have an idea. What's your idea? Um, it's gonna sound stupid, but at the same time, it's another good thing we can do. We can try to send something down to the subway. Something with a camera on it or something that we can observe. All right? We can look what's we can look at what's down there with a drone maybe or something, okay? Right now seeing a person down there, I don't like the odds. Along with that, we don't know if it's loud down there or if it's infected down there. I can imagine with the dinging from the subway car, it could be annoying. Along with that, those automated announcements. Listen, if we just send something down there to investigate first, if it gets attacked for making a noise, I'd say that'd be a good indicator that we just, you know, firebomb the subway. You're serious with that? I mean, it's a simple plan. Simple is an understatement. You're talking about lighting half of the underground city on fire and burning out whatever's down there. We don't know what's down there. We don't know if it's an actual nest. We don't know if there are hundreds dormant down there waiting for us. And I feel like lighting a fire under them quite literally could be a bad idea. Kendo, we'd synchronize when we light the flames. That way there'd be no escape. No escape we know of. Listen, the subway had plenty of maintenance tunnels I'm sure they can get out of. Places that even we don't have fully mapped. If we just try to, what? Get 18 wheelers, fill them up using the Jaeger's or credit cards, and just pour it into the subway, literally down the staircase, that'd be disastrous. I know. Okay, you know. Are you just saying you know? Or are you actually listening to me? I'm listening to you. Good. You freaked me out with that. I know, but listen. Maybe we can get a tracking device. Something that we can attach to those vehicles or the vehicle or whatever drone we use. We go down there, we see what's going on. We let it get captured. Find out where the nest is and then just like that on fire. That's more reasonable. That I think I'd be willing to do. Okay, so we need to go look for something then. Now, Kendo, she is going to agree. Her going to jump up and talking about how she'll get dressed. All she really needs to do is throw on a shirt to her tank top. So, after that, she's going to just change out of her pajama bottoms. And Deku, he should at least go put on a shirt. Alright, alright. Geez, is it really that unsettling to look at all these scars? No. However, I think leather would be a good option for you too. Her going to bring her hand up on Deku's bite mark on his chest, telling him that this isn't a good look for him. The scars, that is up to interpretation. Her giving him a bit of a wink. And Deku, he does go to smile before walking away. And Kendo, she at least does go to down the rest of her coffee, as Deku, he would finish his later. Now, the two would get dressed and leave. As, right now, Kendo, she's looking on her phone. And she's using the map of the city on her phone to look around. Okay, their best option would be to go to a toy store. And right now, there's a few options. There's a little store about what? And it tucked away in a small part of the city. However, in the area it's in, it seems like there's an entertainment area nearby. So there might be loudspeakers blaring, and the affected could be around there. Their trip would have to be short and fast. However, there's at least 3 other locations. And one of them, they're inside the mall. Now, Deku, he hates to say this. They're going to have to head to the mall. Because right now, the lights are back on at the mall. And if he's correct, there is actually an arcade in there. That thing is always so damn loud. So, he's pretty sure that might draw in all the infected. And even then, they have silencers. Better ones. Ones that she actually was able to make after the power got turned back on. These things, they do more than just make that loud bang go a little bit less loud. Well, it wouldn't echo as much. These ones, they're actually very good silencers. In fact, calling these things homemade might be a bit of an insult. Now, with that, we do actually have over at the mall with Deku and Kendo. Now, both of them, they parked the car directly out on the curb. And when they did, you do actually at least have to go to walk through some of the busted windows and glass doors and look around. Right now, they do go to walk over to an area where a zombie, it is currently laying dead. And there is blood on the map. Hurley's going to point to the bloody star, saying that they're right here. And it looks like the, toy store, her going to bring up her hand. Looking around the map before going to pull out her knife. Her going to somewhat clip away a chunk of dried flesh or blood, and let's go look around. The toy store is, hang on, what's this one? Okay. No, hang on, next to the store there was, okay, here. Her going to run her knife along it, as she has go to cut away some blood. Her expressing that right there is their target. Okay, so what's in between? What's in between right now is a few things. However, I think our biggest problem will be shadows. Yeah, that's true. Alright, we need to get moving. Both of them going to walk away. And right now they do go to make sure they don't step on any glass or, set off a alarm. Now, we do actually have inside that store where somebody, they did go to stop by. They walked into the store because it was very close to where they were currently living. They found a small little place. It was in the residential neighborhood nearby. And right now, they wanted to come here and get a few things. Because they want to try and make something and at least do a bit more maintenance and repairs. Since right now, her father, his little voice tank, or the voice tube in his tank, it's been a bit damaged. And they might need some new wiring very soon. And Melissa, she has not found any wiring recently. She knows that the last time she did maintenance on it, there was a wire going bad. And his voice, it has seemed to have been a little choppy lately. So it could be that. Okay. Now, Melissa, she's currently walking around. Her looking through the mall as she does wonder. Okay. Well, that car is definitely toast, so I can't use that. I mean, seriously, why do people just keep parking cars inside fucking vacant buildings? I mean, this has got to be the 5th car crashed into an area. There was the gas station. There was at least that one house. There was through that wall, and that was not fun to see. And there was even whenever they found a car overturned and in a two-story window. So however the fuck that happened, surprise. That one is at least impressive. That being what Melissa is thinking. And we do actually have David, who, in a choppy voice, will go to ask Melissa if she believes that this is a good objective or current task. Because he would believe that right now, this place will be one to be avoided. And Melissa, she doesn't really care. Right now, the only person she can have a meaningful conversation with can barely talk. And, carrying around just a normal, non-talking head in a jar, or brain in a jar, is a little too unsettling for her. And she would rather not her father be trapped in his own mind, unable to talk. Because that thought to her, it's occurred to her many times. And it does not seem like a fun existence. Now, with that, we do actually have where she's walking around. And while she is walking around, she's going to stop outside of a store. Her hearing some loud bang, and even going to see something drive out of the front of the store. Her at least going to look around a corner and see that currently there is a young man and a young girl. And both of them, they do walk outside the store and at least get a comment. So do you think that this one will be fast enough? I think so. Right now, I think that that one will be pretty good. Now, Kendo, she actually is going to somewhat turn and go to sit down onto a bench. Her talking about how she's not too sure. This one, it does seem to be good, but the monster truck one, she thinks that that one will be better. It's got bigger tires. Do you just want to use it because you get to drive a monster truck? Yeah, plus the controller's a lot easier to use. I mean, no offense. No, it's fine. I mean, I can use that one with one hand. Just gotta use my thumb. Now, Melissa, she is listening. These two are talking about using RC cars? That's odd. Now, Melissa, she does get a wonder. Ash is going to peek around the corner again. And right now she does see currently a short-haired woman. She is pretty young. And then she's going to look towards the man. The man might be just as young. I mean, these guys, well, these people, they're adults. And they don't seem to be hostile. In fact, their conversation seems to be very plain. Oh God, actual normal people. People who aren't crazy. Oh God, how do you approach this? Okay, she should talk to them. Her going to look around the corner again. As whenever she does going to somewhat bring her hand up. Her bring it down to the ground, as she does go to somewhat put her hand on a piece of glass. And the moment that does actually happen, her hand is going to somewhat slip and going to make a sound. As she's going to try and pull it back up and go to inspect what happened. Shit. What was that? I don't know. I don't think we're alone. Now, whenever Melissa heard that, she's going to hear a gun get cocked. And the moment that happened, she decided that right now, she'd rather not get mistaken for an infected. Now, we do actually have Deku and Kendo. Deku, he went to go bring up a gun. Him going to pull back the slide with something on a part of his metal arm. As whenever he does go to do that, you do actually have where Kendo, she's going to bring up her own gun. Her going to pull back the slide and going to bring it up. Whoever's there, come out. We heard you. Or is it an infected? Alright. I'll inspect. You keep me covered, okay? If it's a shadow, there might be more nearby. And then we need to get out of here. Right. Okay? I got you. Wait. Now. Melissa does going to bring up her other hand. Ash is talking about how she's alive, don't shoot her. Who are you? I'm gonna come out, but I cut my hand on glass, okay? So there's blood. I'm not infected, okay? I'm not bitten. I mean, those don't exactly. I can explain, just let me come out. Now, Melissa would come out. And right now, both Deku and Kendo do get to stare at her. Her going to cock back her hoodie and go to bring down the thing covering her face. Okay? It's okay. Can I just deal with this? Who are you? The name's Melissa Shield. Okay, her gonna sit down her back. Ash is gonna reach down into it and start to repair her hand. Or basically pull the glass and then go to wrap it up. Before she does at least go to put something like rubbing alcohol on her hand. Now, whenever Melissa Shield is going to try and at least explain how she's here and what's going on, we do actually have Deku. Deku, in another life, he would be freaking out. This is the daughter of David Shield, All Might's former sidekick. One of them at least. His tech guy. Holy crap. Now, Deku right now though, he actually does feel a little bit guilty. And, a little yearning for that. Maybe if he actually met David Shield, yeah, things could be a little bit easier to talk to him. Okay. Well, she's alone. Shit, is she? Okay, no, her father might be alive. Nearby. A camp. She has people. But how are they? No, they must have always been in Japan. Okay. Who are you? Like I said, Militia Shield, just put the guns down. I can explain. And, well, I can help or fix something. Are you guys going to use that, or can I look into the store for some other stuff? Um, we haven't decided. We haven't? No, I think the monster truck one actually was a good idea. Okay, who, sorry, well, why do you need extra equipment or stuff? Um, long story, but promise not to freak out. Now, with that being said, a scene would happen, and the three, after at least some infected and a weird scream is heard, we do actually at least, however, the three do get to leave. Right now, they're gonna go with the monster truck, and they're gonna get out of here and find out exactly what the fuck is going on. Now then, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed.